Friendly greetings, it's Torley Linden, and I want to show you a few ways to prevent terraform griefing. That's when a stranger, they come to your land and within a matter of seconds, they can start editing the terrain and raising it and basically, ouch, screwing it up like that. And you don't want random strangers, in most cases, to be able to do that. So here's a few easy steps. Now, first of all, you want to make sure in the world menu here and go to Place, Profile, and About Land. Go to the Options tab and Edit Terrain should be off. And like the hover tip says, it's off by default, but just in case you were playing with it. Because even though it is off, you as the landowner still have the ability. You can still change your own land. You do not need to turn that on for yourself to change your terrain up. Now, second of all, another thing you want to be very careful of is if the land is group owned, as is the case here, you'll want to make sure to check the group profile. So either view the group profile like that, or alternatively, another way is if you pop open the people tab and it's in my groups, and we go here to select the group and get more information. You want to be sure that the roles of the group, let me open this to show you. The roles have the correct abilities. And I know it gets a little confusing because it's all nested within here, but follow along. Like for instance, the everyone role, generally you do not want everyone in the group to be able to edit your land unless it's a small tight group and you have a specific reason. But if it's like a big club you're running and everyone, you don't want that. So let's go down here, and in this list of allowed abilities, again, this is a similar thing. As we scroll down, you can see what people can do. Toggle edit terrain, that should be off, just like that. Okay, so now on a higher level, say that you don't just own a parcel, you own or manage a region belonging to an estate. Now you'll want to go up here to World and Place Profile and into Region Estate. And right here in the Terrain tab, something you may, this is more advanced, but if, for instance, you don't want your renters, you're renting your land out, you don't want them to be able to terraform, so you can override, this overrides all the parcels. You can change this to 0 and change this to 0, and then make sure to press apply. And another thing you'll want to do is if the ground, the terrain is shaped as you want it to be, you will need to bake it to freeze it how it is. Otherwise, if it was shaped somewhere else, and even though these are 0 and 0, there may be some wonkiness and people can change it back to how it was baked before. Okay, let me show you an example of that actually. So that's 0 and 0. So even though that's right there, if I edit the terrain, notice that I can still botch with that. However, if I bake the terrain, read that carefully, and okay, it's baked terrain. Who likes a good baked terrain? So now notice I can't even do it as the owner of this here fine region, like it says. So you can go ahead and explore these other things. Yep, I am the owner. So unfortunately, sometimes you will not get to these steps. First, I hope you watch this video before you are ever griefed. In case you are griefed, remember that you can use the revert tool here. Like for instance, let me pop that back open to show you a real world scenario of how this would work. So if I go back to raise and lower of 100 and minus 100, click apply, and then notice how I can right click, edit terrain, showing you step by step, then revert. Okay. Now see, revert will bring it back to the baked point. So if I were to raise it some more, and I paint it with revert, it will go back to how it was when it was baked. Quick and easy, there you have it. Some quick tips to prevent terraform griefing. Happy living your second life and be awesome to each other.